freaking antennas on, and you could literally see the clouds split. Okay.
That's extremely powerful. Mm-hmm.
And that's at night, you know what I mean, and during the day too, you know, but you could literally see the freaking clouds move whenever those transmitters were turned on.
What do you think would be? I mean, I guess it would have to be powerful to support such a large scale, just in order for so much accessibility. But there's a reason one where it's in an area that we're not allowed to be able to be in, and then there's another situation. Excuse my background, please. And then there's another situation as to where and it's not. I mean, I'm not responsible for what you hear, so I cannot fix it. But the fact that we're not allowed in that area or certain areas, and then they have stuff like that. That's somewhere you want to go. You want to go somewhere discreetly. You got to get somebody that can like infiltrate these type of facilities. Not that we're supposed to say that on a live stream. That's just. But my brain.
Live stream.
Right, exactly. That's the one that probably gets the most traction. But yeah, no, I was just saying because if. That's, I don't want to say dangerous, but I could imagine I mean, if it's splitting the clouds, imagine what it's emitting. You know what I mean? Like, what exactly are you doing? What do you have going on? I want to see. Ionosphere is the outermost layer of Earth's atmosphere.
No, I can do the Wikipedia.
I'm in Britannica. You want to do Wikipedia? Oh my goodness. I went deliberately to Britannica because you don't like Wikipedia.
After yesterday, I don't know. Well, the Turkey earthquake conspiracy theory. Yeah, that's one that we could do too. It says is HAARP weapon to blame for it. But this is from the Wikipedia. It's High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, HAARP.
Well, go ahead, share your screen. I'm going to unshare my screen.
I believe I am, man.
No, I am. I stopped now.
Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and share it. Yeah, I'm sharing the chat thing. Well, we can share at the same time. It's not.
Can we?
Yeah, it's not an issue.
I didn't know that. I just, in Zoom you can't do that. That is not an option.
All right. So, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
High frequency active auroral research program. Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I can see it. There we go. Put it right there. Now, the High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program is a University of Alaska Fairbanks program which researches the ionosphere, the highest ionized part of Earth's atmosphere. The most prominent instrument at HAARP is the Ionospheric Research Instrument, the RRI, a high-powered radio frequency transmitter facility operating in the high-frequency HF band. The IRI is used to temporarily excite a limited area of the ionosphere. Other instruments such as a VHF and a UHF radar, a fluxgate magnetometer, magnometer, a digisonde, an ionospheric sounding device, and an inductive magnometer are used to study the physical processes that occur in the excited region. Initially, HAARP was jointly funded by the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Navy and the University of Alaska Fairbanks and the Defense Advanced Research Program Agency, DARPA. Now, DARPA is another organization, and when it comes to conspiracies, that's very important to remember. So, like you have JPL. Jet Propulsion.
Yeah.
And then you have
Yeah,
DARPA.
I looked them up from you. Okay, so DARPA. Let me put them on my tab.
DARPA. It was designed and built by BAE Advanced Technologies. Its original purpose was to analyze the ionosphere and investigate the potential for developing ionospheric enhancement technology for radio communications and surveillance. Since 2015, it has been operated by the University of Fairbanks. Work on the HARP facility began in 1993. The current work IRI was completed in 2007. Its prime contractor was BAE Systems Advanced Technologies. As of 2008, HARP had incurred around $250 million in tax-funded construction and operating costs. In May of 2000,
Are you able to elaborate on the BAE systems? I just want to, because if they're the number one contractor, I'd like to know a little bit more about them as well if we can.
Let me see if it'll pop up, because they do a little pop-up on the names if you might have a block on.
Oh yeah, my language.
As of, I can click on it here in a minute. As of 2008, HARP has incurred around $250 million in tax-funded construction and operation costs. In May of 2014, it was announced that the HARP program would be permanently shut down later in the year. After discussion between the parties, ownership of the facility was transferred to the University of Fairbanks in August of 2015. HARP is a target of conspiracy theorists who claim that it is capable of weather manipulation. Commentators and scientists say that advocates of this and other conspiracy theories are wrong, as claims made fall well outside the ability of the facility, if not the scope of natural science. So that's basically the sum of all that. And the BAE Systems program, formerly BAE Systems North America, is an American subsidiary of British Defense Security and Aerospace Company, BAE System PLC. Now this is where freaking I come up with the whole thing about the donut over there. That for years, since like the 1970s and 80s, they've been working on spying on their own people with first telephone systems. Like they were literally spying on all the conversations of everybody that lived in London.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now they have to have a super big server.
Now, back in the 70s when they came out with Fletch, movies like Fletch and others like that, they made it into a big joke because, like, on Fletch, the AT&T was freaking after him, you know what I mean? Because he held secrets they didn't want him to know. So they had agents from AT&T that were freaking out to kill him and shit. But that was where all that came from.
From AT&T, the phone company?
Yeah, the phone company, period. And
I heard they're evil, but...
When I showed, last week at the end, when I showed the donut,
yeah.
Back when I was younger, that was common knowledge, you know, about that facility, and that's where it all started, where everybody got pissed off at the phone company and said that they were the man, you know what I mean? They were freaking spying on you and wanting to freaking take over the world and shit. I mean, now it's nobody even talks about that stuff anymore, you know? But
no, yeah, I had no clue.
Now, let's see. The American subsidiary operates under a special security agreement which allows it to work in some of the most sensitive United States defense programs despite its foreign ownership. It is incorporated in Delaware. It employs approximately 35,000 workers within U.S. borders and several thousand more in Israel, South Africa, Sweden, and the United Kingdoms. Now, Israel, this is where the freaking nuclear trades are taking place. And what's her name? Sarah. I posted her name on the chat the other day. What was it? Sarah. Freaking. Her mysterious death was so mysterious that it inspired a movie to be made. And during the disclosure hearings, one of the guys that investigated her death actually mentioned freaking the nuclear trade that took place between, yeah, here it is. Let me see. Yeah, Karen Silkworth. Karen Silkworth mysteriously died because she was working at a plutonium plant, and she became an activist because of there was iron rods or nuclear rods that just came up missing. All right. Well, her it caused so much publicity because of what she had done, becoming an activist, that freaking she got a lot of hate, from it. And eventually, what happened was that she was driving home, and there was she was in a mysterious car crash because for one thing, the plant had missing stuff that was on there, and that was a part of the constant lack of security that they had. They had very little security whatsoever, and their safety record was horrible. People were always being diagnosed with cancer and stuff like that, and she was taken out. Well, there was a guy who showed up for the disclosure hearings that took place in the early 2000s, and he mentioned her, okay, and then he mentioned Operation Samson, and that's one thing that they wanted to know, was she killed because of illegal smuggling that was taking place between the United States and Israel for that nuclear stuff.
You know what's crazy is I heard of Operation Samson before. I just never knew what it meant, but I did now. Okay.
No, that's one of the things that freaking that I know about them, and then Mossad in the United Kingdom, and the donut. Now, the BAE systems are also, if I remember correctly, they also had to do with guided missiles. Like, they can literally have a satellite sitting up in frickin' space, looking at the battlefield, synchronized frickin'